Shonda Walker with Pressure News Media, sitting down with Andy Sahlstrom of Shampoooty. And it has been an amazing experience just getting to know him and talk to him, and also to discover all his fine art. Andy, thank you so much for joining us and our audience to talk about what makes you so special as an artist, being able to make people feel a little bit uncomfortable, but yet and still reach something different in their soul. So, real quick, I just want to ask you a couple of simple questions. I know we were able to do some dialogue earlier, and I'm going to be able to use that dialogue to push forward. But let's just dive in a little bit, because that's what's interesting about this world. So, I know you said that previously you got into creating these forms of art based off of a breakup and finding a person that worked at a shop, a man that worked at a shop. So how important do you believe that still working with your hands and still having that type of education in public schools is important?
Yeah, I think that I think maybe in high school I did like clay, like with the wheel with the clay.
Yeah.
And I took like a drawing class, and what else did I do? I think I was obligated to take a woodworking class, but I mostly kind of identified with choir or like singing. I liked choir and
Oh my God. So you have a beautiful
soccer.
voice too?
I used to sing a lot. Yeah, I have a lot of songs. I can share them with you.
Oh, wow.
On my actual website, which is a lot different than Shampoooty. It's whatever's before Shampoooty, which is a completely different world.
Okay,
So if
cool.
you guys like Shampoooty, there's B-sides. So
B-side. Okay, you got to tell us what that website is.
yeah, andysahlstrom.com.
Cool. And what type of music is it?
I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to check. It's like there's like it's a lot of me like getting really weird with GarageBand in like
Mm-hmm.
2011.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
remember GarageBand. I
yeah,
do.
GarageBand 2011. I had all these plugins, and I'd just bug out and get really weird with it. And
Oh, cool.
and then I had like an audio mic so I could sing too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just again, it's like if you have the tools, you can use them
Absolutely.
because then I didn't have the microphone after that, so I didn't use it.
I like that. I like that. What's so interesting about the toys that you use? They're right at that age group, maybe no older than 7, would you say? That you recreate this type of interest in working through and channeling the energy of being a child in a different way. So,
Yeah.
what made you pick that age group?
I think for me, it was like I think like my first memory of like a fun object,
Mm-hmm.
a toy, like a first fond memory of an object, perhaps. Um, but I think mainly, if I were to speak about that now after the idea, I would say that it's me reconnecting with part of myself
Mm-hmm.
or a part of something that I connected with in the, and sometimes I look back on it and I'll, in my head, I'll see these things like in a mood, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like, for some of them, it's, in my mind, it's kind of this dreary Sunday, raining, bad news, almost feeling that covers it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, and some of them, it's very like friendly. Um,
Wow.
I don't
So tell
know.
me this about if you don't mind, tell me this about this energy that kind of in my world, I look at it as an energy that expands and it drives people. So, what is driving you to choose your artistry, being an artist, versus someone that's extremely detailed? When you hear an engineer, you think of them being like so, detailed with papers and numbers and sizing. What type of
Hmm.
engineer were you going to be if you didn't fall into this? What were you going to be?
It was more like an interactivity engineer.
Okay.
So after um, grad school, I had a solid understanding of, okay, I can talk to a computer, the computer can talk to the motors. The computer can be interactive. It could it can be it could be talking to sensors. It could be talking to all this. And fundamentally, I knew that, and so I could start to do that with a very small company. But
Mhm.
the goal would have been to have, teams that do that. You know,
Let's talk about being an artist and being funded as an artist. When we spoke earlier, you were saying that you had to create, once you created one piece, you had to put a couple of pieces with it to actually create what you would call purchasing power, something that would draw a person in to purchase that set of items.
uh, no. So the first three I created was just to make a collection.
A collection. Okay.
Like, so I made the hearse, and then I made the other the visitation booth and the turtle,
Hmm.
just so I could have three of the same idea. I didn't ever think at that point that they would be products or sold. I didn't. And
Really?
yeah, this was before anything was popular. So like I only had 80 followers at this point.
Hmm.
This is 80 followers and I'm posting this new stuff.
Hmm.
Somehow somebody who was at my company taking a video,
Hmm.
or at the company I worked for taking a video,
Hmm.
it ended up getting like 2 million views or 3 million views. And then I ended up getting like 10,000 followers
Hmm.
in like a day or two or three.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no clue. It was not an intent. It was not intentional. It was just like I was just posting just the idea that I had.
I like that though. That's so encouraging to people. You know what I mean? To not, you're working somewhere, someone took a video, posted it, and all of a sudden it took a turn. Like
That's
a
really
huge,
all it, that's really all it takes. Yeah.
yeah, it really, really took a turn. We talked about shadow banning, we talked about social media. And I know you can find you on social media, and then there's these art shows that you are going to be in and that you're currently in right now. Um, when people see your art, whether it's a celebrity like Erica Badu, or whether it is a grandmother like myself, what do you want them to take away from Shampoooty?
Um, I want them to see like a sense of like comfort,
Mhm.
um, safety, um, derailment,
Mhm.
fucking torture, uh,
Yes.
but like overflowing heart, love. What, like make it still. I don't know. Some people just need to get smacked a little bit.
Mhm. It's funny that you say that because being an adult, there's this undercurrent of stress, anxiety, survival in workplace, survival in social media. So it's certain places where at one point social media was supposed to be this thing that was supposed to make us relax. And now it has turned in my opinion, I was talking about it with someone earlier today, and I said, there's a firing squad on social media. You know what I mean? If someone doesn't like what you're posting or what you have to say, they no longer can just, unfollow you or leave a nasty comment. They literally come for you. They literally write your
Oh yeah.
job.
Dude, that's those people are fucking I've had a couple.
Hmm.
Usually they back off after they
Hmm.
realize that they're living in a joke that they like made serious for themselves or something.
Hmm.
So they're like, but sometimes they really don't like it, and um, just have to. I just have to block them, you know. Like I don't, because you if they're coming at me with all this like foul language and shit,
Hmm.
I'm like why don't you just like spend that energy somewhere else? Like why are you getting when people start to get angry like at people,
Hmm.
it like it's a turn off, I would say. A real turn off for me.
I totally, totally agree with you on that. Um, so I just got a couple of more questions real quick. Collectors are buying your pieces. It's in art. Tell me this, literally, how do you get into an art studio? Like, if you're an artist and you want to put your stuff into an art studio, how do you get in?
Oh, I do it in my basement
Mhm,
or in my home.
mhm.
I don't
No,
have a
no, no, no.
studio.
What I mean is like, you're having this expo.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you're saying how does it get to where they show it?
Yes.
Um, I think for me, it honestly is uh the last show was uh somebody reposted something on Instagram.
Mhm,
Um, and then and then this it kind of spreads like wildfire, and then people will kind of come out of the woodwork and just ask through there.
mhm.
So I'll do a lot of like private things. But it's definitely that's the funnel, and it's just all it takes is just one little spark
Mhm.
to one becomes two, two becomes four, four becomes eight. It but the time is finding something.
Cool, 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 cool. Okay, so I gotta ask about your thing. What's your favorite? Indica, sativa, hybrid? What are you looking for when we talk about the plant?
To be honest,
Hmm.
I'm very old school.
Hmm.
I like sour diesel. I'm
Yes.
I'm just like like just sour diesel, man, all the way.
Hmm. Have
It
you ever
hits.
tried to grow it?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I don't have that space. I live in New York City. I don't have that space.
Well, you can get one plant, one or two.
No, 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 no. Space is so limited out here. Like if you were to like every little, and I'm bringing back every single sculpture I have tomorrow.
Hmm.
This place is going to be like
I get it.
packed to the gills. I would do it outside, but it's going to be like 0 degrees.
I totally get it. I totally get it. I was telling you, one of my favorites that you have is the Don't Touch My Hair, the tramp stamp. Um, but I love the bubbler. And
Oh,
when
one
I was
second.
doing my research,
Can you, 1 second, 1 second.
okay, tramp stamp, that was all the rage. Like 90s to early 2000s. That was the place to get the tattoo. I'm sorry, it was.
Yeah, I was a yin yang guy. I'm a
Hmm.
yin yang. I would do a
Hmm.
yin yang if I were to do one. That's a heart. That's not me.
Hmm.
Butterfly. Are you a butterfly?
I'm a butterfly. I actually have and people don't know this, but I have an angel on my back for the tramp
Oh,
stamp.
nice.
And so
Nice.
I always, she's watching me. So
Yeah. Angel watching over you.
yeah. And so,
I
but
think
it's yeah.
I think I got the
Oh, I love that.
little martini. The lights kind of, that's a martini.
I like that one. It took me a
That one's
minute though.
nice.
I'm gonna be honest with you to understand the the EBT card. No, it took me a minute to understand the bottle that's also a breast with the nipple ring. It took me a minute to
Oh,
process that one.
oh, I got like four of those little bottles.
That's so cool.
So I buy them like I buy them. See, there's no hole.
hmm
It's just eBay baby
hmm
bottle, little tykes, like 1980s.
hmm
Isn't that beautiful? That scallop top.
It is.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. We
And
had the greatest toys back
it's
then.
this baby pink and a nice creamy white.
It's really pretty.
And then I just drilled a hole,
hmm
added a nice 10 gauge thick nipple ring. Thick.
I like it. I like it.
Thick.
Oh wow.
And that's a fun one. And my parents are very proud of me.
Um, okay, so another thing that I was able to find, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, it may be satire, but the whole article about NASA being interested in your,
Oh, that. Oh no, that was just I just made that up.
I like it.
I made it up and I really I thought it would be like I always want to like I always think about doing posts that are like sponsored by NASA
hmm
and just without asking them, just being like, this is all sponsored by NASA. Like I have space grade,
hmm
space grade fucking products. There's like part of that, like sometimes I'll cross the rainbow of what
hmm
Shampoooty is by going more that direction,
hmm
which means that like that's a different character. That's a different that would be outside of Shampoooty, I would say, or an evolution of it. But like you said, it's kind of the channels of things are kind of limited. So it's hard to express yourself in specific ways or find specific groups based on like we were talking about how many times you were shadow banned.
hmm
There could be like
Yeah,
a chat room for that.
I'm telling you, that is the place. That's like the house party. That's the house. That is literally the house
Yeah.
party. If they could make a social media platform that takes us back, hey, if you guys have been shadow banned, and it's like to me, almost a badge of honor because you push the freaking limits and you piss
Yeah.
somebody off enough for them to report you to the principal
Yeah.
of Meta. Isn't it crazy? That's where we are nowadays. It's insane.
You can do private messages. Remember that? Being in
Yeah.
like a chat room. There's an app called Wakey.
I didn't know that.
Have you heard of that?
I haven't. It's called Wakey.
It's called Wakey, and you can basically just create an account and you can wake people up in the morning,
Oh wow.
or you can say goodnight to people.
That is so cool.
You can call people all over the world, all over the world.
See, that's what makes this so interesting. We are living in a time right now where we have an opportunity to change so much, especially in this next 3 to 5 years with AI and everything else. you're going to see a lifetime go by. And being my age, where I remember cassette tapes, I remember all the way to CDs. I even remember 8 tracks, for God's sake. And where we are now, from the microwave to the air fryer, all of these different transitions, we're really going to be able to, one, change our economy, change how we deal with people. And just like you said, if there's somebody in your life that doesn't belong there, that's not producing the right energy, we can block them. And it's going to be a lot different from when I was younger and you couldn't just, you'd have to change your whole phone number. You couldn't just block a person. So,
Yeah, I think in like New York,
mhm.
living in New York where it is so anonymous,
Uh-huh.
like I know that I probably won't run into anybody twice.
Absolutely.
So for me, like if I lived in my hometown, St. Cloud,
Mhm.
if it was somebody there, I'd probably have to change my number or something, or
I totally get it.
like do that. But in New York, I would just block. I
Mhm.
think easy, easy breezy, beautiful. But actually, that never happens. The only time that ever happens is when it's like just like weirdos on weird like weirdos who are like jerking off on like weird kind of interpretations of anger,
Mhm.
and I just have to like just like I get it. They're
I,
they're mad.
right. And they have a right.
Some of them are legitimately crazy. Like I read the message, like they're misspelled. They're jumping from one thing to the next.
Mhm. I
But
totally get it.
it's very rare.
I totally, totally, totally get it. I'm going to ask you a couple of more questions just about pressure news media. It's cannabis plus culture, tabloid. So we push a little bit. Um, what do you think is happening within the culture of cannabis in living in New York, coming from seed to sale, being in this industry as a consumer? How can we improve our message to you guys?
How can you improve your message?
Right. Because a lot of these people are legacy smokers. So they have gotten their plant off of a table somewhere in Central
Yeah,
Park. And we're trying to get them into the dispensary, get them buying products that we know have been tested and safe.
yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
I would say the storefront, it should be full, full, transparency windows in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can see inside. Like, because that will give the impression, hey, it's all we're proud of what's in here.
Mm-hmm.
People, it's not like look through a half glass, like a. I mean, if you wanted to stylize it, yeah, you could do that. That might
I
be
love
a cool little boutique kind of a thing where you can only see in parts of it.
Mhm.
And
I
there's like,
love that you say that because a lot of the legislators are really like, we got to hide it. We don't want any advertising, any this, any of that. But you're right. As a consumer, you need to be able to feel comfortable going into a
yeah.
dispensary and feel like that you can come out safely and get a good product. Um, my next question is when you did the bubbler, you did the grinder, and you did the stash box. At that point, did you get more issues with social media as you posted those versus all your other products, all your other art designs?
Um, I don't know. It's hard to tell because if I'm posting about them to try to sell them, I'm in a different mind state than because I'm kind of I kind of have to shove it down their neck a little bit because I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
get the sales. So like I have like multiple posts about the same thing. So I'm kind of in the mindset of how do I make it less annoying,
Mm-hmm.
but we got to get the pre-sales in order to get the thing fabricated because that's like a requirement that I need. Um, so there is like a part of sales there, but Yeah, but that would be a different mind. I don't know. Maybe, maybe sometimes. But it turns
So
out people tend to like it.
they like it. Yes. You
Yeah,
know
people
what?
tend to like it.
What's really interesting, and it's the advertisement. You talked about posting different times. It's actually the advertisement for the show that just finished up in New York. Um, it's the kid chair that's also an electric chair. Did I see that right?
My electric chair?
Yes.
What is it for?
Well, I mean, how did it start out?
Oh, I just saw the rocking chair and thought it could be an electric chair.
I think that is so cool.
Well, if you see it, you see a car, you could see it as a hearse.
Mhm.
If you see a rocking chair, you could see it as an electric chair. If you see a basketball hoop, you could maybe see it as a guillotine.
Mhm.
If you see a phone, it could be a taser. You can like you could take the you could play jazz on that all day long. I'm serious. Like if I could do it for like 2 years solid. That was like a nice big field,
Mhm.
a nice big open field with a lot of pickings.
Wow.
That was a fun one to find. And sometimes you find a field. It's a good thing.
That's wow. That's amazing. That's so amazing. I have really enjoyed talking to you, really understanding your scope of thinking and how you've been able to create so much joy out of everything that you've come through, really, and worked through. It's helped me with my crayon situation. We talked about that. It really, really has. And the don't touch my hair piece works perfectly for me. How do we find you?
At Shampoooty, three O's, Shampoty.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have a new show that's going to be at the end somewhere in February. We're going to definitely check that out. And I'm so grateful for you spending time with me. I am Thunder Walker with Pressure News Media, America's Cannabis Plus Culture Tabloid. And once again, this is Shampoooty with all of the amazing adult toys that help you with all your childhood issues. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Thunder.